idea when the men might be cleared to practice again?
Soon. He's ramping up a little bit, doing a little bit more individual work on the court. So he's starting to shoot around more, move around more, and run around more. So
soon, like next week?
Yeah, I think that's the latest I heard, but not for sure yet.
Coach, with this game, how did you get Dylan to buy into just it being another game and not a game against his former team?
I mean, we haven't really talked about it, honestly. He's been helpful like other guys have been against the previous teams in the scouting and walkthrough, but you know, it's obviously going to be emotional. You played with them, with a lot of those guys for 6 years, but not really concerned about him coming out doing anything crazy or anything. It's just trying to get a win, and like I said, he's been beneficial to us preparing for that, but you know, another game on the schedule, a little bit more importance to him possibly, but not concerned about that part, never even talked about it.
Jalen has struggled a little bit over the last 4 games or so. Just what have you seen from him on both the defensive and offensive ends?
Consistency is the main thing, as is the case with a lot of our guys. You know, that's what we're looking for on both ends. And with our group, I think we haven't defended to our level, like attention to detail, especially against specific teams. And I mentioned Golden State being one of those that'll really hurt you if you lose the track of your assignments. And so, but like I said earlier, to the team and to him, it was a matter of that unit playing really well. Obviously coming back and getting to a 4-point game, but the energy, the defense, and the scoring, 35 points in that quarter was more so what they did than what he did. Similar to when I've played Jeff over Jabari's, who plays well, and when Eunice playing well sometimes, not as opposed to what the other guys are doing.
On the Jalen front, last couple seasons, he's had a really good kind of, you know, 2-man game going on with Alperen Sengun. We've seen that a little bit less this season. Is that just a kind of an unfortunate side effect of playing Alpi and Fred so much together?
Yeah, somewhat. I think obviously they're working well together, and you have a more, I wouldn't say dominant point guard, but someone that's really handling a lot more. But we do want to get back to that, and you know, they worked really well last year and previous years, and so I want to get back to that some more, and I'm putting in some sets that'll get those guys working together more.
How much has Jay Sean's play meant just as a reliable guy coming off the bench and giving those like effort minutes?
Yeah, it's been big. I think he's a guy that every team would love to have. Everybody has called about him, or you know, when I was in Boston, we were calling about him, and so obviously everybody values him and what he does for your team. A real definition of a glue guy, but you know, he with certain guys being in and out, and Tari here and there, he's just even more valuable to us because he does all the things that several guys do, kind of wrapped up in one.
Has Aaron Holiday perhaps played himself into a little bit of a bigger role over the last couple of games?
Yeah, obviously with our man out, he got the opportunity, and you know, he's the guy that you can play on and off ball, stronger and tougher than his size, and also shoots the ball well. So he's been invaluable to us with the guys out, and it's been really good lately.
We have a silly Thanksgiving debate. Do you say dressing or stuffing?
Stuffing.
We've been asking everyone.
All right, well then I'm following up on that. What's the best Thanksgiving side?
Side?
Yeah.
Probably sweet potatoes.
Oh, okay. There we go. I'm adding that to the
Sweet
tally.
tooth guy.
I'm putting that on the tally.
Coach, Coach, you all have had a lot of success at home, not so much success on the road. How do you balance that out, and how important was it just to be able to get home to maybe, you know, reconfigure some things, reconstruct some things before you all go back out on the road?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, as I've said before, I don't put a lot of stock in it, honestly. We played well at home and obviously had a streak going here, but played well enough to win on the road and just didn't finish in, you know, 2 one-possession games in LA, and then, you know, fought our way back but didn't play our best in San Francisco. But for me, it's, you know, when you, maybe it affects some young guys, but we have enough veterans and coaches that don't care about that, and I think we want to play the same way either way. I just don't think we were as good on the road, and I don't think it's because of the road. You know, we had chances. We were up in a lot of those games, had a chance to extend the leads and let teams back in it. Didn't play our best, foul too much, and certain things like that. So I don't put a lot of stock in it, but the proof is kind of in the pudding. We have been better here, or at least one here. Didn't finish on the road.
One more non-Thanksgiving question. What have you seen from Jabari Smith Jr. defensively these last few games, guarding guys like Kawhi, PG, even LeBron situationally in that Lakers game?
Yeah, versatility that we know he has. He can guard inside out, and we'll be asked to do some of that tonight with the personnel they have. For him, it's matching that physicality and being able to guard in multiple positions as he does when we switch anyway. He's guarding some point guard, sometimes up to the 4, and sometimes small ball 5. So he has versatility there, has size and length, and that's valuable to us. His main thing is embracing that physicality, and he's a thinner guy, but that'll get stronger over time, and that's a big part of his growth. Will be matching aggressiveness and physicality on that end.
With the Grizzlies using this new lineup, I'm sure you saw with a couple 16 guys, Bismack Biyombo basically plays that height as well. How does that shift things? From your perspective, being like, I know it would be ideal to have a guy like Dylan guard Dez, for example, but since they have 6'10", 6'10", 6'9" across the front court, how does that shift things?
It doesn't really. For us, it's no different if they downsized and had Gilliard starting a few games, and they've gone bigger and had some success with that. So we have long, strong wings as well, and like I said, the versatility with Jabari and Dylan, you can flip those guys all around, as well as Tari and Jay Sean can guard up as well, coming off the bench. So it doesn't change much just for us, and we'll be okay and match those guys regardless if they went small or big. So not a big concern for us.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.